Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Secret of Mana. We just gained Undyne's powers in the last video, so we shall be taking off. Just love this music. I'm telling you, man, I could sit here and listen to this all day. So, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to do in this video, because I'm going to be showing you the whole magic thing, and there's a lot of explaining to do with that. So, I hope I explain it good for you, because... excuse me. Ugh, yeah, I knew it had to happen eventually, boy, I tell you. I figured out what it is I can't stand about these fish. When they're stunned, you can't actually push them around like you can with most of the monsters. And that's what it is that bothers me about them, because sometimes I like to hit a monster, stun him, and push him close to another monster so I can hit them both at the same time. That's like a huge strategy in this game, so... But you can't move these guys when they're stunned. They're just gonna sit there until you hit them again. Ethan reaches level 10. Now, one thing that's really good about grinding levels in this game is that you'll have more MP, so that you don't have to refill it as often. Because basically, to build your spell levels in this game, the way that you do it is by casting the spells over and over again. I think what they meant for you to do was just gain the levels gradually as you went through the game. But the way it's set up, you can basically just stand in one spot next to a town, use the spell until you run out of MP, and go refill your MP at the town, and just repeat the process until you've built your spell level as high as it can go. Now, the spell levels make a huge difference. They basically all start at level 0, and you'll have a... I'll show you that a little bit later. Basically, you'll build each one level at a time, and depending on how many mana seeds you have, you can build them up to various levels. For now, we only have one mana seed, so we'll just be able to take them from level 1 from the level 0 that they're at right now. But I'm going to wait until I get to a spot where it's safe to do that. Well, it's pretty much safe to do it anywhere right now, but I want to get closer to an end so I can refill my MP for relatively cheap. In between, like when I run out of MP, I want to just have a quick spot where I can go to refill it. You can actually grind your spells right there in the inn if you want to, but the thing is, you only gain half the experience if you do it there. It gives you more experience for using the spell in a dangerous place where there's monsters. So anytime that your characters are carrying their weapons, which notice how they weren't carrying them in the town, but now they are, that means you'll gain the double experience for spells out here. So what I'm going to do first is show you the Cure Water spell, which is pretty much the only, well, actually one of two spells you'll use mostly with Undyne, that's her new menu. She's got an Ice Saber, and then she's got Remedy, and then Cure Water, which is the one you use the most. Now, she just casts that on herself. She'll gain 176 HP, which that's huge. I mean, that's way better than Candy would ever do for her. And if she casts it on all three of you, you'll gain about 60 or 70 a pop. Now, if you go up here into the weapon magic level menu, you can look here. You can see what all levels she's gained on each weapon. She's about to gain to level 1 on her whip. And over here is her Undyne level, her magic level, but she gains 9 experience for each time she casts that spell. And once that gets up to 100%, then she gains 1 level, and it becomes 1 to the left of the colon and 0 to the right again. So the number to the right of the colon is how much of a percentage of the spell you've built, and the number to the left is what level it is right now. So, or I should have said the number to the left is what level it is right now, and the number to the right is the percentage of your way to the next level. See, now it's 18. So what I'm going to do is run over here to the inn, and I'm going to refill my MP, even though I don't really need to do that right now. I'm just kind of showing you what it is that I do. So you can get sleep here for 10 GP, which is pretty much chump change at this point. So get yourself a good night's rest and try not to fall asleep yourself as you watch your character sleep there. Save your game if you want to, and then go back outside and do it again. Now, obviously, with the sprite magic, you'll have to have an enemy to cast it on, so you won't be able to grind those spells in the inn, and you wouldn't want to do that anyway, because you only gain half the experience, and it takes long enough to do this as it is. So Sprite's menu is pretty much, in all of his level screens are pretty much the same as Michelle's are. So he's got an Energy Absorb, basically a Drain spell, he's got Acid Storm, and then he's got Freeze, which is the one that he'll use the most. And his magic is pretty powerful too. I mean, 142 right off the bat. There's nothing to it, and that's with level 0. So when he gets to level 1, I mean, it'll be over 200 damage he'll be doing with that. Now you might notice when he casts the spell, the elemental actually appears, and then she disappears, and then the animation starts. Well, after she disappears, you can bring up the menu again before the spell animation starts and cast it again. And then when the elemental disappears, you can cast it again. And once you get the timing down, you can learn how to do this and cast several spells in a row on a single monster and just pretty much annihilate him. And that is one cheap strategy you can use to beat bosses. I'm not going to use it, but I just wanted to show it to you, that's all. He's already up to 45 just off of that. The problem is he only has enough MP to cast it 5 times, so you have to go back to the inn, you know, and you can see how this can get tedious. Actually, before I do that, I wanted to, let me see. Yeah, I figured I might as well go ahead and, you know, since Michelle's still got MP, I might as well use up hers too and build her level up. So you're going to have to build both of their levels up. So the thing with her, though, is that she has a spell called Remedy, which only costs 1 MP. So that means she can cast, actually, 11 times, whereas he can only cast 5 for each time he refills his MP. But you'll actually gain the same experience for each spell you cast, regardless of how much the spell costs. So you might as well cast the cheapest one, so you can cast it as many times as possible on your current MP before you have to refill it again. So she'll probably gain a level by the time she's done casting this Remedy here. And it's better off if she casts it on someone else so that she can cast it again right away when the elemental disappears. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build up these levels here, and I'm going to run this in fast forward for a little while, so you don't have to sit here and watch this crap. So, hang on. Okay, so here we go. I'm back, and we pretty much built our spells up to level 1 now, so we're going to head on up to the palace, the dwarf, that palace they kept talking about that's in the dwarf town underground. We're going to go visit that palace now. I didn't actually show you what was in there, why we couldn't get in there, so well, we'll be seeing that when we get there. Probably not till the next video, because it takes a while to get there. The reason I turned around there is because I realized it'd be quicker to take cannon travel to get there. So we're going to take the cannon travel. You know, last time he took me to the water palace, but because of the dialogue, how he was talking about Gmail had paid my way already, we didn't actually get to see what he would say there normally, which normally he'll actually give you a choice to either go to the water palace or Gaia's navel. So he can take you to Gaia's navel too. Darn it. This is one problem when you got computer-controlled characters. Sometimes they don't know what to do when they get stuck, so you gotta go back and unstick them. Either that or push select and switch to that character. But you might have noticed I did that earlier when I used the whip. I switched so that Michelle was the leader and I was controlling her at the front of the party. And you can do that with those characters. It's hard to see, but there's a little number 1 next to my face icon down there, and if you push select, that one will move over to Michelle and then over to Ethan and then back to me again, depending on which character you want to use. So you can switch to that character and walk them around, you know, to where they need to be with the rest of your party. Here we go again. Oh man, sometimes you actually land on that bee and do damage. It's kind of funny. We didn't do it that time. I guess it depends on what kind of weapon you have equipped or something. Anyway, now that Watts has opened up the shortcut for us, it's going to be a lot easier to get down there. I don't have to go through all that crap again. So I'm going to stop here and forge my weapons at Watts. Actually, I think we're just going to do that in the next video. because I don't know how long it's going to take by the time I factor in all the fast forwarding. So next time on Secret of Mana, we'll forge your weapons and go to the temple. So see you then.